Hey guys, welcome to the SimRacingPaddock. I'm William Marsh, and it is time for race number 2 of the Lotus 311 Championship. In this championship, we got off to a really interesting and really collision-filled race at Mugello. And that definitely shook up the championship in some interesting ways, putting us deep in the top 10. So, this next week, we are racing at Brands Hatch Grand Prix Circuit. This is gonna be good. Brands Hatch is a notoriously difficult track at times with a very deceptively tough turn 1 downhill sweeper and then a lot of high-speed corners in the second and going into the third sector. So this is going to be an interesting test with a fairly tricky car. So, before we jump into this session, let's take a look at what happened last week and we can get to see the standings. So, one thing you will definitely notice looking into these standings is a fairly high collision count for just about everyone. Lars Herman, who ended up winning the race, actually got through pretty scot-free, which is pretty surprising. And then Guillaume Chara, he also got through scot-free. Those are the only 2 out of 20 drivers who made it through scot-free. That just shows what kind of race we had last week. Also, on top of that, I believe we had around 6 or 7 cars jump the start, yours truly included. A lot of us forgot that this car does not have simulation of the clutch. So what that means is we have the clutch in and we rev up, boom, we're going past the line, and bam, you get hit with a drive-through penalty. So you can take a look at my color-coded chart. So I am the purple car. So you can see, I believe I was, or let's see, I would have been the top purple car, so here. So I started 6th, fought my way up to 3rd in that first lap because I jumped the start partially, I think. And then I had to drive through the pits, which knocked me all the way down, and had to climb back up from 7th, I believe, and ended up finishing 5th. Is that? Yeah, so I ended up finishing 5th in the race, which is considerable, but 5 incident points. And the way Sim Racing System works, you lose 3 points for each incident. Because I had 5 incident points, I lose 15 points off of my 90-point total, knocking me down to 75 points. So, despite the fact that I finished in 5th place in the race, because of all those incidents, I'm back in 8th. So, I have a ways to go. But it could have been worse. There were other drivers that got far more incident points than I did. And it's definitely going to be an interesting series. And this is a kind of car that you can race wheel to wheel, but you have to take that in consideration. Is that potential contact worth losing 3 points over? In most cases, it's not. Realistically, in most cases, it is not worth losing 3 points over. But you could see, like, Alex Gill, he had 3 incident points, so he would have had 86 points. So because he had incident points, he could have been up in a podium spot in the championship, but because of those incidents, he's back in 7th. Luke Sky, 6 incident points. That is 18 points. So he would have gone from 77 points up to 95. That would have been 2nd place in the championship. That is the stuff that is just making this such an intriguing championship. And I am very curious to see how things are going to end up. So, like Michael Butler finished second in the race first week. He's in third because he had 5 incidents. It's that kind of stuff that might define this championship. This championship might be defined by how clean you keep your nose, like especially in the top. But you see, there were some drivers. Eduardo Saw, he got murdered last week. 12 incident points. So that is 36. So he could have had 66 points finishing finishing the race. He got knocked down all the way to 30. Martin Tupois, 9 incident points. That's 27. So went from 70 points to 43. It's going to be very interesting to see how this championship turns out. But yeah, this Lotus 311 is such an interesting car. So it is definitely leaning towards the side of understeering. It is a car that will be more tight through the corners, especially high-speed corners. We did get a setup that was decent for working the track at Mugello. I don't know how well that would transfer over to Brands Hatch, though, because Mugello definitely has less in the way of elevation changes, I believe. So if we look at tracks, we could go to Mugello. And does it talk about elevation changes? I wish it did, but it looks like it doesn't. So Mugello has a lot more flat straights. So front straight's flat, some uphill incline through the first sector, though. You do sweep downhill through here, climb up a bit, and then you're pretty level through this final segment here. If you look at if you take a look at Brands Hatch, on the other hand, this is all, essentially, you're not really going that straight here. You're kind of curving a bit through this front straight. Also, it's sweeping up a bit uphill, and then you get this steep downhill corner, and it's just so easy to overrun that corner. It is so easy. And then you start climbing up immediately after and make this tight corner, basically a wide hairpin, and then you're going down again. You get fairly level here, make it through this corner, start going down a little bit, and then climb up again, and then uphill sweeper, and then a little more inclination, I believe, and then another sweep, and then another sweep uphill. It's so deceptively difficult. It is such a challenging circuit to dial in and nail just right that getting it right is an award in itself. And then here it's maybe a little downhill, maybe a little straight after here as well. And then boom, final corner, you're sweeping, going a little up again. It is definitely one of the more challenging circuits. It is very unpredictable, and it will be very interesting to see when we get a good group of drivers in on this track. Right now we have 16 drivers, so 16 drivers at least going wheel to wheel. Oh man, it's going to be exciting. Hold on, getting some water in. I'll also just say that it is very nice that it is nowhere near as hot as what it was last week. I mean, it wasn't too hot last week championship race. It was starting to cool down, but was it still pretty hot? But last Tuesday was, I want to say, like 100 degrees, maybe even 105, and that's Fahrenheit, so that's roughly about like 39, 40 degrees Celsius, I think. So yeah, it got pretty toasty, and it was very, very uncomfortable driving at times. So now I'm going to be more comfortable driving. I also did actually change my pedal placement a bit because it was feeling a little uncomfortable. So I got it in a place that's a little more comfortable for me to drive with. So we'll see how this goes. So we are inside of 5 minutes to go, which means the field is locked. So let's take a look and see how many people we have in here. We are going to have 17 drivers in this race. It is going to be a great race. It looks like Marshall Elise, Court Marshall is in again. Michael Butler, he's always good for hard, clean racing. Luke Sky, he's just wicked fast, so should see some great racing. Alex Gill's pretty darn good. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this race goes. Unfortunately, I didn't get much practicing time with this combo though, so yeah, guys, I'll apologize in advance. Or, not apologize in advance, but I want to apologize. I was planning on getting my WRC 8 impressions video out in the first half of this week, but oh my gosh. Life has just been crazy this past week. It's been freaking nuts, and I just get hit with curveball after curveball after curveball, and I'm just like, oh. But I am working hard on it. If you follow SimRacingPaddock on Instagram, you'll see that I actually have been capturing some footage, have some exciting footage. It's going to be a good video, but I am going to definitely have some interesting thoughts on it. And are you freaking kidding me? VRC 2007 Ferrari F2007 can't find LODs. Ay. Why does it always do that? So sometimes you just have to quit Content Manager, reopen it, and restart. Ay. Let's try this again. And let's see if it'll actually work. Okay, this is positive. But yeah, it baffles me at times seeing those weird issues at times. But it looks like it's working right now. Court Marshall made a terrible livery. Oh boy, this will be good. Does it have to do with gamer muscle and USB ports? But yeah, so boom, server loaded. We're good. Alright, so let me check some, turn off display capture. I did change how this was running though, because this is a 1440p ultra wide monitor. To try to save a bit on my GPU, I ended up bumping it down to 2560 by 1080. So that's why things are looking a little wacky. Let's fix that. We'll fix that. Bring up Sidekick. That should work just fine. So that gives me a little more in the way of frame rate, as well as more performance for streaming. So yeah. Just terrible colors, okay. So trying to just get a feel for this car. I'm a fan of this car. This car is one that can be drivable and you can drive it well. That's one of the big things. You can balance it through the corners, get it right where you want it. Granted, I'm not the best driver here by far, but at least I know how to handle this car. Yeah, let's just try putting down a good warm-up lap here before qualifying starts. I always brake a little early into turn 1 because if you overshoot turn 1, end up in that kitty litter, it is just going to cause so many problems. It's like a Lotus 23 with a body on it. Like, literally, you can pitch it into a corner like a retro Formula 1 car. And then turn off traction control, can get the rear end to step out, and you kind of ride out the exit of the corner like an old Formula 1 car. It's awesome. So you floor... Okay, I kind of washed out there because I was a little too rough with my inputs. But here. Okay, I gave it a little too much juice. That was a little too much. Well, I mean the Lotus 23 with fenders. I'll put it that way. My bad. My bad, kid. The only thing I'm not a big fan of in this car is the gear ratios. The gear ratios, they just feel off. It always feels like it's in a weird spot where you're gonna bog down or over rev. I believe this car is supercharged though, so that's something to also consider. Hey, Jamie, how's it going? That was close. Sometimes you just gotta really be careful with avoiding those, and you just have to have faith that the car will move out of the way by the time you get there. But right there, riding out that first corner, you feel it wash out a bit, you catch it sliding out of the corner. That is a good feeling. I'm gonna try this in third. I don't know if it'll really work. Just sounds like we bogged down. But there is the steeper power curve in the lower RPMs due to this being a supercharged engine. So that might be actually good, even though it doesn't sound as good. All right, jump into qualifying. So we are going to drop our fuel load. We'll do 9 liters. And let's see how that goes. Third gear here. There we go. Feels pretty good. Just got to get used to it almost sounding like it's bogging down. Might need to be a little smoother with my throttle inputs though. I'm kind of going all or nothing. Need to be a little more procedural with it. I kind of missed my roll-on point there. Just gotta take it easy, get some heat in these tires. Kind of use the brakes to pitch the car in as well. Like that. There we go. Little too slidey. Still managed to catch it. Oh, that was a fun slide, though. Not gonna look good for our time, but yeah. Alright, let's see what we can do. Gonna try some third. There we go. Let's see what we get here. .2 off of Luke's time. As mentioned, Luke's pretty quick. Kind of got caught on that apex, scrubbed off a little of my speed. I think we can do better, though. Got a little loose right there. Let's try this in second. There we go. I think it's better staying fourth there, I'm not sure. Left, okay. Too wide. Trying to see if I can really get a better time. Well, let's see what we get. Three tenths. Let's see what we do this lap. That was a decent corner right there. Oh, that was not a good exit there. I don't know if I'm going to improve. We're going to try. Didn't improve. I don't think I have the fuel for one more lap. We'll see. Out of fuel. That is so unrealistic how the Assetto Corsa simulates fuel, like, running out. Just all of a sudden, boom, dead! I mean, third quick, 3 tenths off of Luke Sky. That is not bad. That's not bad for me. Full house! Full housey McFull House face. I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself? So 127. Yeah, that's more than enough. I'm not going to worry about it. So it's Trofeo or Road? We're going with Trofeo. I'm comfortable with my setup. I think if we have a good race, we're going to end up with the podium. That's fine by me. I mean, I want a good, clean race. We'll see how this goes. Oh my gosh, this car is nuts. I mean, yeah, competitive times. Michael Butler with the 127.8. That's less than a tenth off me. And then 28, some 29s. Slowest times to 131. That's not too far off. And hey, Todd, hope you're doing well. Okay, Marshall just finished his lap. Luke is pushing. Alrighty. Michael Butler's in. Yeah, just about everyone else is in, so should be done in a second. Sebastião finishes his lap. should be a very exciting race. Yep, we are preparing for the race. Alrighty. So I think everything's good for us. Remember, guys, don't jump the start! Don't jump the start! Wheel's not straight. There, it is straight. I have a feeling someone's going to jump the start. Someone doesn't know. Because when you're neutral, the clutch works. When you're in first gear, it won't. Traction control on 3, aka total neutering of the Lotus 311. Let's stick it on 1. 1 works fine for me. Gives me enough drive off to really... Go! Decent start. Take it easy first corner. I'm tempted, but not going to do anything. Oh, he comes down on me. I was literally on the curb, man. He's running me to the grass. Come on, Butler. He's running wide. Nope. Okay. Michael's just so easy. I took it early on the first lap. Michael's pushing pretty hard for this early in the race. It's going to be interesting to see what happens later on. Mike had a better runoff, but he's going to be very defensive here. Oh my gosh, man, are you an idiot? Why are you blocking this early in the race? I mean, running me to the grass like that? And that is what I call karma. As I said, he was kind of pushing too hard for this early in the race. That was not a good run through that corner. All right, let's try to build up our gap on the car behind me. I'm gonna let Luke and Marshall duke it out for the lead. Just gotta behave with the car. Don't push the issue. I think as long as we keep the car going straight, don't send it the wrong way, we'll be okay. I hate this right-hander. It is so easy to set up too far left, clip the grass, and just go off. Get later apexes, get better drive off. That's the key. Sometimes I need to follow my own advice. I apexed a little early there. Overcooked the corner. So Westfield's what it's called? Okay. I need to do more studying of track maps and stuff. This guy has the advantage. He has my draft. So I'm fighting against him and my draft. Eesh. Yeah, left-hander can be tricky. Full House, I guess you could say he's sniffing my draft. I did not get a good exit there. And we're only halfway through this race. So God, just take it easy. Be calm, be smooth, hit my marks, and we'll be fine. Alex has left the building. It'll be interesting to see if later on in the race, Luke might drop back and Marshall has something to offer. No idea. And that's a lap down car. Got to be careful. Oh my gosh, man. Ah, that was a little too close for comfort. That was scary. Oh my gosh. At least I think I got through it better than the other guy. Yeah, those two guys, they're fast and they're also skilled. But it looks like Luke's pulling away a little bit. Wait, yellow flag for what? Okay. Just hit my step goal for today. Booyah. So this guy should be getting the blue flag any minute now, or any second, I should say, with the way I'm closing on him. That is a horrible spot to slow down. Oh, that could have been ugly. That was interesting. The car pitched in a lot there. I almost lost it. Okay, Marshall's closing in a bit now. Could be a good battle. Armando Iglesias has left. I don't know, Full House. Five minutes left in the session. Oh, they are battling close up now. Okay, I'm noticing the guy behind me is starting to close in a bit. Might need to start pushing a little more. Be a little less conservative. But I don't want to push too hard. We'll see. Because, yeah, we're 4.1 seconds this time by. Oh, we almost really messed up that corner. Okay, it's almost 5 seconds now. So it went to 4.5 after that lap. I struggle so much with the first corner of Brands Hatch. I just can't find that comfortable line that gets me through just right. So I kind of just take it maybe at 75-80% performance just to be safe, because I just don't want to make a mistake go around or make a mistake and end up in the kitty litter. So I just think, yeah, play it safe rather than sorry, and I should be okay. Oh, wow. Fourth place must have spun. Because now he's 11 seconds. Okay, well that puts us in a pretty safe spot. Looks like another lapper. We're coming up. So theoretically, if Luke and Marshall get into it and run off the track, I am close enough to maybe do something. Oh, that was a little scary. Okay, don't botch that corner. Yeah, I think they're going to race it clean, though. Marshall, I don't think is the person to dive bomb and wreck someone. Oh, 1/10 of a second gap. Oh my gosh. We'll have to take a look at that finish in the replay. Oh, man. Okay, so 0.133. Woo! That is as close as it gets, I think. Man. Alright, looks like just about everyone is finished. Yeah, Court Marshal, I didn't know if you were going to try to really push the issue, but yeah. Sipe, I would likely say... For open wheel cars, Lotus 72D. And then I also, for GT cars, really like the BMW Z4 GT3. Alright. I am happy with that finish. Yeah, Court, that was the struggle. I mean, I'm going to show you guys what happened on the replay, though. So, yeah, we finished third. 0.129. That is close. But let's go into the replay. Because it's like, oh my gosh, that got so freaking close. So that first lap got very, very eventful. Very hard racing by Michael Butler. I mean, that was hard racing. The Russell Alexis Formula Ford. I'll have to look into that. Alright, guys. Yeah, there's also the Skip Barber car. Aw, man. I guess... I keep on forgetting that I need to change the setting to record the full length of the replay. But still, that's Michael ahead of us, I think. So we look here. So we can't really see what happened on the start, but I think next lap or something like that, that's when Michael just overcooks it. Okay, it's next lap. Or wait. Yep, so there's Michael. We'll go into our out-looking cam. And you just see he goes too wide, clips a tire on the grass right there. So he clips the grass, and then he catches on there, and that upsets the car, and boom, there he goes. So let's see. On with me, and rip. Raphael, this car is very weird in terms of gear ratios, where in the faster corners, it's like, I felt like the car was almost bogging down. Me shifting down, it looked like, according to my delta and my splits, that actually was helping. I'm not 100% sure, but it seemed like it was helping me when I was actually driving with it. Okay, so this final lap, is this the final corner? So here, they're just like close, 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 but no, they can't get, he just couldn't get it. So let's take a look at that entire final lap. So I believe it would be about here. And then fast forward a bit. Or no, it's further back. Okay. But yeah, I mean, this was good hard racing with these guys, it looks like. Brands, yeah, it's definitely like a risky track. So here's the final lap. Flying in down this corner and... oh, no, we... okay, OBS disconnected me for some reason. I don't know why, but it looks like it's back up and running. So sorry about that, guys. OBS said it kicked me off for a minute, but looks like we're back. And this battle was heating up. Looks like Marshall, or Luke got a bit of a later entry. So yeah, it looks like Luke, he is getting better exits, but on some of the corners. Marshall looks like he's closing as well. Here, he could have pushed an issue, but, or not here, but it looks like he could possibly push an issue. He has the slipstream, but he's trying. You could see he flew the car in and it's stuck, but Luke pulls away with the win. And I'm happy taking third in this because I don't think that Michael actually made contact with me. I don't believe I had any contact with Michael in this race. So we can take a look. Look at the race results first. Brands Hatch Grand Prix. No incidents. That's one thing I really like to see. After this race, it had a total mess. And I had, I think, 5 incident points. 5 incident points. 0 incident points. I like to see that. Michael Butler with 4 incident points. So I guess once he got knocked back, he just struggled. Alex, so yeah, basically when I run in the series, Henrique asks me what car I want to run, what tracks I want, and he'll make the championship. So that's basically how it's been since I've started with this series. So yeah, this was a good race, all things considered. Let's take a look and see what this brings up in the standings now. So in the standings, we were 8th before, and with that good race, we jump up all the way to 2nd. Lars Herman, who won race 1, he missed this race. So that is interesting. But now, I'm in 2nd, Luke Sky inherits 1st, and Juanjo Murillo ends up 3rd. Michael Butler in 4th. Alex Gill in 5th. That was an interesting shakeup in a different way compared to what we had last week. I'm happy with this race. We pushed, we got a good finish, and we kept our nose clean through it all. And next week is going to be the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit. That will be another interesting race with these cars. But yeah, guys, I'm going to sign off. Hockey, NHL opening night tonight. Sharks versus the Golden Knights. There is going to be chaos in this game. And I'm looking forward to watching it. But until then, guys, thanks for watching. For the Sim Racing Paddock, I'm William Marsh. And you have a good one.